The issue of sediment delivery to the Great Barrier Reef Lagoon has become one of great importance in recent years, as sediment discharge from rivers reduces sunlight availability to corals and seagrasses, severely debilitating their ability to grow. According to UVI, this decreases reef health and inhibits the reef's resilience to natural and anthropogenic threats. The Australian and Queensland governments have partnered with industry and land management to develop the Paddock to Reef Integrated Monitoring, Modeling, and Reporting Program, put in place to support the Reef Water Quality Protection Plan, which has a total suspended solids target reduction of 20% by 2020. According to the 2015 Paddock to Reef Report Card, fine sediment deposition has been reduced by 15%. However, it is important to look critically at the Paddock to Reef model and specifically model assumptions. It is crucial to recognize that load reductions are based on improved land management data provided by natural resource management groups, so they do not represent measured sediment loads. The Reef 2050 Long-Term Sustainability Plan, a plan outlined by the Australian Department of the Environment and Energy, was released in 2015 and serves as the overarching framework for protection and management of the Great Barrier Reef, with a major target goal of 50% sediment reduction of the 2009 baseline by 2025. According to Water et al. 2014, and as stated in the Reef Plan, end-of-system catchment monitoring has determined the GBR catchments produce average loads of 1.4 million tons of total suspended solids annually. This value was derived from data collected by the Department of Natural Resources and Mines, who installed and monitored sites located at existing Queensland government stream gauging stations with acoustic Doppler current profilers and manual or automatic grab samplers. However, this value does not necessarily represent the actual load discharged to the GBR, since end-of-system monitoring sites are not located in the lagoon. Also, according to Waters et al. 2014, the anthropogenic load of suspended solids exported to the GBR is 2.9 times greater than pre-development loads. However, it is again essential to consider the assumptions of this study, mainly that there are significant discrepancies as these data were modeled, not measured. A study by McCulloch et al. 2003 and Kroon et al. 2012, focusing on the Burdekin River watershed, looked at ratios of trace elements to calcium in coral cores and determined that silt and clay leaving the Burdekin River has increased at least 5 times over the past 150 years. However, Bartlett et al. 2014 has determined that 80 to 90% of the sediment from the Burdekin River has been captured or stored in the Burdekin Delta, meaning that considerable quantities of sediment are currently stored in the watershed and could stay there for decades or even thousands of years, causing great issues for the reef in the future. Overall, it is crucial to recognize that most of the available data for sediment delivery currently comes from models and does not reflect the sediment actually deposited in the GBR lagoon. And note that monitoring and measuring methods must improve in order to validate and advance current models.